Here we go, everybody. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being patient. This is awesome. And it's really wild because this year, my whole year's goal is to stand in peace in every situation. I'm known as a reactor. I'm an ox and I'm a Taurus and I'm a wood element. And as you follow me, you'll learn more about that. But this year, it's all about breathing and responding instead of reacting. And one of the reasons is clutter creates all kinds of emotional issues and things going on. Mine is that I know I'm a wood element and it's winter time and I really want to be on a lake somewhere. So you may not know who I am, so let me give you a little background. It says, why do you want to listen to me? Well, I have almost 20 years as a feng shui consultant and teacher. I've interviewed over 300 feng shui and energy experts. I'm really passionate about my mission. I believe my mission is to help people find their purpose and be able to make a living. That's why you're here. What is your passion? What is your purpose? I believe that's your mission on earth and why you're here. Because life was meant to be fun. That's what I totally believe. Now, what I do is I apply feng shui, mindset, and universal laws to awakened entrepreneurs or awakened people. People that I'm manifesting to work with are those that are ready to take off. And I study energy, so I want to teach them how to unblock things. We take a look at where you're at. That's where your book of life is right now. We're going to write chapter 2016 by clearing out things. Less is more, and energetically setting yourself up for success. Now, I've studied with many teachers and mentors. I still have a master light worker and grid worker I study with. She has sent me a bunch of books. I have homework to do. Angels, vortexes, ascended master, universal law. I love vibration, frequency, all of that fun stuff. That's fun to me. So that's where I am, and that's where my passion needs to be. And I am now working on live stream, which is Periscope and Blab, and working with marketing mentors and coaches because I'm ready to blast off this year and make things super simple and flow. I want free time. I have a nephew who's going to be 3, and I want to spend time with him. Okay, if you can please mute yourself. I do hear some people in the background there. That'd be really awesome. Okay, so how to get the most out of today's training is to turn off distractions. Make sure you're focused on this. I'm going to talk pretty fast. There's a lot of information I'm going to be covering, so make sure you set your intention, what you want to learn on this call, because the universe is listening. Use handouts. Did I draw that? Where did that drawing come from? Okay, well, so I want you to follow along if you have the handouts. If not, don't worry. It looks like somebody's drawing somehow on the screen. So I don't know if someone has control of that, but please just mute your sound and stop drawing. Whoever is doing that, I'd appreciate it because this is a recorded slideshow and I don't want to have to edit it too much. So, okay. Let me look then real quick and see. Thank you. Thank you, whoever did that. I really appreciate it. No big deal, though. It's kind of fun. Okay, and I want you to watch the replay because we're going to get into the, the nitty-gritty of stuff here, and there's a lot of tips coming. Join my community. I love to have fun. You can find me on Facebook, but right now, let's just land and breathe. People are so busy. We're so active. We're running around, so let's just take a minute. I'm taking a drink of water. Please mute yourself. I can still hear people. I'd appreciate it if you'd mute because I want my voice on the recording because we want to get cracking with this. I'll probably do another presentation anyway just because of the sound and it's easier than editing. So let's land right now. Take a deep breath. You want to breathe in through your nose, deep down into your lower belly, your middle belly, and then your chest, and then really let it out. Do this 3 times, and you're going to feel yourself just release all the stress, the chatter of the day, that type of thing. So breathe in and let it out. Breathe in and let it out. Breathe in and let it out. Okay. Okay, I'm muting a few more people that have joined, it looks like. Okay, great. All right, so we're landed. We're ready to start this call. I like beginnings. So here is some beginnings that we're going to get started with is setting the beginning of this call's energy. Feng Shui Dream Space Program. And today the focus is on the cost of clutter. Now, this webinar is for you if you feel stuck or if you procrastinate. Do you feel like you have no options list? You're just so frustrated that you keep trying to figure systems out and what to do with clutter and just life in general. So there's clutter piles of magazines, papers, bills, and books. I found that is the #1 clutter that people have. That is your bills, that is your paperwork, and lots of books. That's great. We have lots of readers. Okay, this webinar is for you if you have no systems or organizational skills. You have no idea where to begin with all the excess you have. If you have cluttered piles of files, programs, to-do lists, clothes, and laundry. I'm going to make a quote here that I was just watching. I don't even know what it was on, but I don't know if you know who Marcus Lemon is. He's the prophet. And when he asked, what is the #1 reason people fail, especially entrepreneurs? It's because they have no plan. So we are going to correct that. Whenever you work with me or attend my trainings, I'm all about setting you up with a plan. We start with an overall plan of what you want, and then we go to, we break it down. We break it down by the week. We break it down by the month. Then we break it down by the week, and we break it down by the day. I don't worry about things because I always have them done in advance. Like these slides, everything was ready to go. So Mercury retrograde wasn't playing friendly, whatever, that's life, not worried about it. Everything happens for a reason. So we're still going to get great training here. So this is what me, Brenny, will cover. This is the 4 categories of clutter and how clutter affects you or has an impact on you mentally, physically, emotionally, and yeah, spiritually too. And the cost of clutter. I know you all showed up because you want to know how much money you're spending on clutter. No, you really don't, but it will open your eyes. Okay, now I'm going to give you everything I can in about 45 minutes that we have left together. And at the end, I will stay on and do Q&As. And then if you want to follow me further, I can show you how to do that too. But let's get into the free training. So where is it? On average, we spend six minutes a day looking for lost keys. I find that amazing because if you follow me, you know I'm really big into structure and systems and, you know, everything having a home. That is what is one of the biggest issues, that people have no home for things. When my nephew moved in, he got a little basket and he never ran around looking for his keys or his wallet anymore, because right when he walked in, he had his own basket and anything he pulled out of his pockets went there. When he got his mail, he had a little mail basket in his room because I don't need his mail out in my living room. Okay, let's look at some crazy stats. 80% of what we keep, we never use. Just think about that. 80% of what we keep, we never use. We wear 20% of the clothes 80% of the time. That's me. I'm not going to lie. You have to look at seasonals. Like people where I live, we have the 4 seasons. but you also have to look at, what you're going through. Women go through menopause, we gain weight. Well, our dream is to lose the weight, so I'm not getting rid of all my clothes. So you have seasonal clothes, and then you have like maybe somebody gets pregnant type of clothes, things hanging on. But really take a look, and only 20% of it is worn 80% of the time. 25% of homeowners that have a 2-car garage, it's filled with so much stuff, they can't park even one car inside. Now, that's my sister's family. Blows my mind. That's not happening with me. No way. So they can't even fit one car in there, let alone two. And then there's almost 40,000 self-storage facilities. We call them garages, storage units. It depends on where you're at. Yes, they're called garages up north because my friends from Texas are like, what are those things? And it's like, well, garages, storage units. Now, the demand almost doubled, and this was a fact from 2004, 10 years ago. So how much clutter are we paying to just store in storage units? And when's the last time somebody even looked at what was in the storage unit? Ooh, imagine. So imagine that you don't have to spend all this time cleaning around and dusting all these extra items. It gives you more free time. Free time to do what you want. Go on vacation with your family. Have friends over. Have a bottle of wine. Have some munchies, on the grill. Because people tend to not have systems. So instead of being able to go and spend time with their family, go to their kids' karate match, that they're busy working. And we don't want that, do we? So let's talk quickly about, there are 4 categories of clutter. The first category is things that are untidy or unorganized. The second type of clutter are that there are too many things in too small of a place. I can talk to you about that because when my nephew stayed here, let me see, I have 3 extra couches now. Well, 2 futons and a couch, and a big TV that I should just call a boat anchor that looks like it weighs about 500 pounds, and it does, try to move that thing. Then my parents moved into senior living, and I ended up with a garage full of things that one day I opened up. I'm like, oh, a bandsaw. This is cool. Now the snowmobile, acceptable. The snowblower, acceptable. The rest of the clutter that my 88-year-old dad has no idea what to do with, just as creating a program for you in the spring, because I'm going to be taking pictures and I am going to be organizing that garage. So if you like outdoor or garages and units like that in the spring, look for a class, because I teach classes as I do things. So anything that's unfinished, everyone does it. So as my parents are moving, guess what they gave me? Oh, it's this macrame plant holder I started when I was 12. Literally, it took maybe 2 minutes to finish it, to just tie the bottom off. There sat that unused, it's beautiful, but it was unfinished. And I know a lot of people have problems finishing projects. Let's talk about that for a second. That's because there's so much clutter, you can't get clarity, you don't know where to begin, and clutter is low vibrating. So things you do not use or love, that is the 4th category. So how does clutter impact you? Well, we know one of the reasons one of the impacts it has on you is your brain is just scattered. Causes procrastination, weight gain, you just can't seem to get a grip and move forward. So clutter, it keeps you in the past. Why does it keep you in the past? Well, because you're looking at the past. You're looking around you, and everything around you is telling you the choices and the things that you made choices about in the past. So it's not a bad thing, but just stop and take a look around wherever you're sitting right now. That's your past. Here's the great thing is we're going to write the next chapter, which is 2016. So you get to choose what you want. And one of the reasons we do clearing clutter or decluttering or whatever you want to call it, I call it make space. We're making space. We're going to replace with what we want, but much less. Okay, congestion to your body affects your body weight, confuses you. Okay, people treat you differently when you are a hoarder or you have things that are not in order for some reason. It creates arguments, people. It's low level energy. It's low vibrating energy. And yes, people argue about clutter. Somebody's coming over. Well, look at how messy that is. Why are you putting the bills on the kitchen table again? And shame and depression. You know, people are embarrassed, and once again, it's low-level energy, so once you get on that gerbil wheel, and you're not going to have people over, so you don't have a support system, it creates excess baggage. It dulls your sensitivity and your enjoyment for life, and yes, extra cleaning. So the one thing you hate to do, that's why one of the reasons there is clutter is cleaning and organizing, you get more of it. It causes disorganization, health issues. It's really not a desirable symbol at all. And yeah, it costs a lot of money. And we're going to talk about that and go through a clutter formula so you can see how much money you're storing, you know, how much it costs you to store clutter. So let's imagine, everybody knows who this is, right? John Lennon. Imagine all the people. I just love it because it gives you the, you know, imagine the life you want. Imagine having free time. Imagine not worrying about, you know, why you're depressed or why you're confused, what's going on. Clutter has all these types of impacts on you, and it's on your life and it's on your business. So take a look around you and make the decision. Do you want to live the life you imagine, or do you want to live a life, you know, that just where you're at and where it's going to stay? Because everything changes, and if you don't change, you're in that same energy daily. So this is your choice. Do you want to live like these people? And let me tell you, from a feng shui perspective, I could go on and on. That's too many things in too small a place, okay? You've got every picture in the world on the wall, and your brain has to download that. Look at all the little knickknacks, dusting, cleaning. Look at all the things on the floor and the counter. Anytime you have clutter, you want to at least have it vertical instead of horizontal. If those were all in one big pile, it would not look as bad or be as bad for you. And then everything in here is brown or earth tones, which is really to anchor and not be active and get up. Nothing there says, woohoo, let's go and get active and enjoy life. Now, I'm the one on the right. That's what I want to be doing. I'm not great at grilling. I'm not going to lie. That's something that I appreciate my friends for. I'm a great cook, but grilling, I just kind of space off, and it's just burnt on one side. So is everybody ready? Let's do some clutter calculation costs. And if you get a tight feeling in your stomach, don't stress about that. Let's let that go. That is just fear. That's fear of changing. And what if you fail? But we're not going to fail. We're going to take a look at it. So what is clutter? Everything you don't love is clutter, and everything you haven't used in a year. Unless, once again, maybe it's seasonal, and like, let's say we didn't have snow last year. Well, my snowmobile is not clutter. So use common sense. But I'm giving you the tools to allow yourself to get rid of things that are not serving you. So if you have a pen and paper out right now, you can do this by thinking in your mind or walking around through the rooms. Take a screenshot of this, grab your iPhone, we go in depth in these in my programs. I can also send out, and let's pray that the email works, with the replay link, which I'm going to give you at the end of the call, and I will include this little worksheet. You should already have your Bagua, your business map, and your energy map, your Bagua, and then this. These are the 3 gifts with this free call. And thank you, everyone, for showing up. It's great to see this many people interested. So I put together an example of how you're going to estimate the cost of clutter. So you walk in, and what does the entryway have? It has 5% clutter. This is for a 2-bedroom house. And these are just estimates. I mean, look around and start being real with yourself, because the only one you're going to lie to is yourself, because this doesn't impact me at the end of the day. It impacts you in your life. But my mission is to assist people in finding their purpose in life and to be able to live this life that flows full of joy and ease. Okay. So you add them all up. I came up with 565%, and then you divide that by 12 months, because that's a year. 47% clutter on average in each room. That's kind of freaky when you think about it. We have become a pack rat society over the last 2 generations because they didn't have anything before that. Okay, now take your rent or your mortgage. Excuse me, I got to grab a drink here. Alrighty, so take your rent or mortgage and multiply it for the percent of clutter. I took a random number of $5,000. And I multiplied that by 47%, and it comes out to $2,350. So that means every month it's costing $2,350 for all that clutter. And we haven't talked about storage units. We haven't talked about buildings to store things in. We haven't even talked about, you know, like look at the garage, 80%, shed, 60%. I can tell you these are pretty accurate numbers. A little scary. I might even increase the percentage in the sitting room, living room area, dining room, because a lot of people tend to clutter up everything on the kitchen table, gathering spot. Okay, so I want to give you an idea about feng shui in case you have never used feng shui. This is Miss Lisa. Now, she's followed me from the beginning. I started in 2012 with my first teleseminar. And I did that because I moved from Dallas, Texas back to my small town in Minnesota. And I didn't know how I was going to be able to use feng shui. Everything is energy. Your space reflects your life. Mirror nature as your model, and intention is foremost. But farmers, fishermen, and lumberjacks, I wasn't saying that I was going to retire or live the life and passion that I had for this. So I started doing teleseminars. Now they are a challenge. There's a lot of work to them, but I can tell you from the testimonials I've received, it really opens your heart to continue to do them. So this was like a 6 or 8 page letter. I'm just going to read a little bit about it so you can understand. Now, what Lisa did is she followed me on all my seminars, and my seminars would be like every 3 months, and they would be like on love, on wealth, on life, you know, on different areas of your life, which is the Bagua. And so this one says, with all my heart, thank you for hosting the feng shui seminars. I had to write you and share a few experiences that occurred as a result of listening to the many wonderful feng shui experts you interview. So Jerry and her husband, that's her husband, they're forever grateful. So here it says she watched a feng shui seminar. I was clearing clutter from my home office when my cell phone rang. I had already received a job offer, but the call was to inform me that the starting salary increased from $30,000 to $34,000. Now, it was weeks away from starting the new job in the world of finance, and she had already received a raise. She kept clearing clutter, eager to see what else happened and what the universe would bring. And she made sure to feng shui her closet and prepare her wardrobe for a new job. So she has attended these free teleseminars I do, anywhere from 10 to 24 experts. And they all give wonderful information on how to unblock energy and have things flow in your life. Anyway, so her entire life changed now, from her relationship and finding her husband and having this loving relationship and kindling that, and her job, and her, now look at her closet. That's from just taking time. Nothing happens overnight, people. You did not get that clutter in one day. And I believe in simple steps and not to overwhelm people. So just imagine, what if your closet looked like that? What if you had the tools that you could live the life you want because you don't have clutter, which is depressing? What if you could be on the beach with your kids instead of, no, I get to stay home and clean the garage out today? That's me right there. I want to be on a beach. So there's two maps that I use with my students. The one on the left is called Bagua Your Business Map. And what it is it's a journey through your business using the trigrams. Each one of those sectors, or those squares, are called a life area or a business area. Or you can hear them called realms or sectors or guas. Regardless, it's the energy that exists. Somebody likes wealth. They put a dot there. That's cool. Anyway, so what we're going to do is you take a look, and I teach classes on how we get clear the energy, make sure that the 5 elements are balanced in each of these areas. And I love to do vision boards by the Bagua, okay? So the one on the right, if you take a look down at the bottom, those are doors. That means how to use this is anytime you're standing looking in. So you want to stand looking in your overall house. Everybody should have a balanced energy of their overall house. This is where you can tell where the sectors are, okay? Let's say that in your office, in your overall home, and where you sit a lot, that there's always clutter in the wealth area. Well, that's going to make it so cash flow can't come in. It gets stuck. It's old money. It's dirty money. Maybe it's illegal money. So we want to take a look where the clutter is. So the homework I'm going to give you, the task right now, I hate the word homework. One task is that you take this Bagua and you stand and you Bagua your entire house, meaning you lay the map out so you know where the sectors are. You do your bedroom because that's where you sleep the most, and that is a very important room that we make sure it's very healthy for you. And then where you sit a lot, or your office. Lay this out and take a look at where the clutter is. As you can see, the one on the right also gives you what body part or organ it is associated with. I put 3 cures or adjustments you can make in these areas to boost that energy, and what the shape is. So this is just some tools to help you on your feng shui journey, which everybody, it's part of life. So these are the areas, the realms to unblock energy in. I've done surveys, and these are the most popular. So I want you to take a look and see if any of these areas are speaking to you. How about your purpose? In the West, we call it your career. What that is, that's your journey in life. That's the reason I believe you're here. And when you are living your purpose, everything falls in place because you're never working, you're happy. Partnerships and relationships. Well, we can go back for a quick second. So partnerships here in business, well, that's your joint ventures. That's your business partners and coaches and mentors. You want to be making very smart choices here. And it's your website and copy. This is what's going to attract people, is how you talk, how they see you. In the relationship area of the Bagua, that are your partnerships, whether they're your friendships or your loving relationships. I'm almost getting through here, guys. I hear a little noise in the background, so I'm just going to look real quick and mute that one. All righty. I will unmute everybody at the end, but for now, I just want to make it so we can complete this wonderful presentation. Okay, so partnerships and relationships. Everybody wants wonderful partnerships and relationships. Wealth and abundance. It's a great thing to have money. When you have money, You can help others. And the universe doesn't want us in lack and limitation. That's our mindset. Those are paradigms. Those are things we're unblocking. Your health. Are you eating and doing activities and following the energetic flow of the elements? We're in winter right now. Wintertime is about water and having things flow. It's time to go within. This is the perfect time, being winter and being in January, which is organizational month, to start on blocking these areas of your life. Now, intuition and knowledge, that's a cross sector of relationships. And how that works is, you know, when you study, you're always expanding. And it's also to do with your mindset and meditation. So if you're struggling in that area, this would be the energy you would want to unblock. And it's a cross sector of relationships and partnerships. Because when you calm your mind and you're intuitive, then you make smarter choices on relationships and partnerships. And I've made terrible choices in both business and personal life. But guess what? That's just part of the learning lesson. Some of us, it takes longer. What did my mom say? Hit her over the head with a fry pan 3 times and then she'll get it. Alrighty, and then helpful people. And often people are like, helpful people, you know, what's that? That's not a big deal. Yeah, it is a big deal. I live where it's cold, and if it's, I had a friend, it's 40 below out, and he came and jumped my car and got me home. That's a helpful person I want to keep around. Creativity, I just started drawing and painting again. When I was young, I was a great artist. But everyone told me, you can't do that. People don't do that for a living. So guess what I did? I listened to them. Well, as I was clearing the energy out, I started in my office, which is the intuitive and knowledge sector. And the cross sector from that is the partnership of my house. So those are the 2 sectors I started cleaning and clearing. And when I did that, I got very clear that I wanted to do creativity, and I started drawing again, and it made me feel really awesome. Okay, clutter issues. Everybody has all types of clutter issues. You want to look at what your number 1 type of clutter issue is, and the room or rooms where most of the clutter is. We want to take a look from a standpoint of the Bagua, so we know which area of your life is stuck and we need to get moving. We also want to look from the health standpoint. Okay, mindset and universal laws. I love these because it's just, you add it to your book of knowledge, all right? Is if there are laws out there like gravity, you know, the law of cause and effect, these type of things. These are the laws of the universe. Don't you want to know what the rules are in the game you're playing? I do. Okay, business and office. Do you have no systems, no structures, no standard procedures, can't figure filing out? I have a great 3-part paper clutter system on how to help people get rid of paper clutter, bill clutter, and keep it that way. The Imagineering system I talked a little bit about. That's about really getting clear on what you want. Because once you get clear on what you want, you make that decision. Now you can start building and manifesting the blueprint for that. And one way we do that is we get really clear. I love vision boards because then you can see exactly what you want. And the cool thing about Feng Shui is we can make adjustments to activate that energy even that much more. We really need rhythm and systems. And I mean, when you get up, one of the things you will learn if you take any of my meditation or intuitive classes is you want to meditate at the same time every day. It creates a force field. And especially like if you're doing it in groups. Oopsies. Okay, I'm on a call. I will call you back. That's my sister. She's on her way to work, so I won't call her back. Sorry about that. I didn't know my cell phone was here. Okay, now I want to show you, if you're ready and want to take things to the next level, I have 3-level offer, and I'm just going to whip through these really quick, and you can watch the replay on the clutter, and I have lots of tools to help you with. So the first one is, it's a starter package, and you get 1 realm. And what 1 realm is it's 1 section. So it's 1 area of these areas to unblock. It's not just the Bagua. because clutter is in the Bagua, and we need to clear clutter out of those sections and sectors, but we need to have a system and get people started in a slow manner in doing tasks. And you get a 30-minute clutter consultation with me. And you get feng shui products. And how I'm doing this is I'll explain it at the end what the feng shui products are. The next one, which has been the best selling, is you get 3 realms or 3 sectors, 3 energies that are blocked, a 30-minute consultation, and you get 2 feng shui products. And then if you really need some expert help and you're really ready to take off, there's a $997 package that's 6 realms, a 30-minute clutter consult, and 3 feng shui products. This is what it looks like if you want to take it from the standpoint here of seeing all the packages side by side. And one of the things that's going to be going on here is I did a call last week with Frank Solis. And I had a real bad migraine and just really couldn't focus. I slept most of the day. If you ever suffer from a migraine, it's not fun. So I wasn't at my best, and I didn't even understand what he was doing. What's a realm? And what happened was I had manifested this in a way I didn't understand. I have been wanting to put through a school of some type where we meet at certain days for certain classes, because not everybody wants a 6-week or a 12-week or a 3-month course on exterior feng shui or on beginning feng shui. And what this package that I'm creating is, it's so awesome, is we get to pick bits and pieces out of all my programs and put them together, customized for you to get going. So I've already got students, and I've done a lot of one-on-ones already. And what's going to happen is Sunday at midnight, everything's closing down. You'll be able to get it in the future, but it's going to be a lot more expensive, at least double, I would say. This is a beta program. We're creating this together, so there will be foundations where everybody's on a live call. And then there'll be ones where now go watch this information, and then we do Q&As to make sure you understand it. If you purchase by midnight tonight, you're going to get a 20-minute additional consult. It's not going to be a 6-week boot camp. I'm going to do a get you started in life where we have a focus every week. It'll probably go beyond that so that you can get focused on the overall year, the month, the week, and do things daily. And you get 2 more realms. So you're really going to be sitting good. Like if you get the starter package at $197 and you purchase that before midnight, you're actually going to get 3 realms. So that's a really great value. Everybody is getting the clean, clear, and organized program that purchases now. It's a checklist. It's got 2 videos and a workbook. And then I also threw in the Tapping for Wealth. What it is it's an interview on unblocking clutter issues. It's just one more step, one more thing we can do to help you. Feng Shui isn't everything. It's a piece of the puzzle. I do tapping. I do all these different modalities because they're all a piece of the puzzle. But everything is feng shui because feng shui is energy. That's the #1 rule, and intention is foremost. So if everything in the universe is energy, then everything to me is feng shui. Okay, so if you're interested in taking advantage of that, you can just go to bit.ly, bit.ly up here at the top, /dream space order. I'm going to click on that so you can see what the page looks like. It's going to take you to this page here. We just talked about the bonuses. I actually had changed the bonus up and put tips on space clearing, because if we're clearing clutter, we need to clean the space out afterwards energetically. So anyone who gets the bonus is going to also get tips on space clearing if you get it by midnight tonight. And then you can read through what it is here, click on the order button. It's super simple. Then you just choose which package you want. Boom. And you fill in the information, complete your order. We'll get started. We will immediately set up a 20-minute consult, which I'm not going to lie, they probably have been going 45 minutes to an hour, maybe even more. Because I really want to help you and get you started. And then next Wednesday, we're doing a live call with everyone to walk through the flow, because I'm completely starting and creating a new membership program and structure for everyone to customize this as much as possible. So let me take a look if there's any more slides or if that's it. I believe that is it. So if there's any questions, I'd be loving to open up the line for everybody. And if you want to watch the replay, I'll be sending an email out for that, but we know how Mercury retrograde has not been playing super friendly. Okay, let me open up the lines here, see if anyone wants to talk. I'm going to stop the recording now.